So the best choice that you can make in Life is Strange is not playing the game at all.
Yep.
Yep. It's
That's
the
the
wisest
opener.
choice.
But since Life is Strange is Square Enix, doesn't that technically mean that it can appear in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Jesus, your autism knows no bounds, Windsor.
Yes. Here's the thing. If that game gets a cameo before Near Auto Tomato, I will be extremely disappointed. I'd actually like a Near summon.
Near Auto Tomato is not going to make a cameo appearance in Kingdom Hearts.
It's too philosophical.
It's too good.
And it's not Final Fantasy.
That too.
But then again, neither was The World Ends With You, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, look, it was also a Tetsuya Nomura game, so we have to deal with this kind of fact, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's that new Switch game? I've been waiting for an enhanced edition of The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
Hey,
give it to me.
Another reason to not buy the Switch.
What's up, Game Hunter? It appears so far
started.
you were the... Well, actually, there's 7 people watching right now.
Let's see who those 7 people are.
What games do you hunt? Do you hunt games with bullies in them?
Oh, man, I hope so.
Man, The Bully is a pretty good game, man. I wish they've made a new one, but it seems like that franchise has been dead for a while.
It is available to download on the PS4. It's part of the PS2 library.
Yeah.
I want to say the most recent edition they had, I forgot what it was called, Scholarship Edition or something like that. That's the one that's on there. I think yeah, I haven't played Bully either. You played Bully. What was it like? Was it good?
Bully was good, but it's been years.
Yeah, dude, I heard somewhere a couple of years ago that they announced that they were going to make a sequel to Bully, which I was all open for. But then it was like, no, here's Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's be honest. I think Bully deserves a sequel more than Red Dead Redemption. While honestly, I don't think the game is as good as everyone says it is, but it is pretty good.
What, Bully?
No, Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption? It's a fantastic game. I don't know what you're smoking.
No, man. I don't like big open deserts full of nothing.
Oh, okay. So it's not that everyone has bad taste. It's that you have bad taste.
No, my tastes are so good that your tastes are just so bad that you delude yourself into making all the wrong choices.
You're really struggling with this one, my dude. If you want, here, I can give you good games, but I don't know if you have the IQ for them, though.
You have to have a very high IQ to enjoy games like The Bully.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you both guys.
We don't actually see too many games that take place in a high school setting. That's mostly like...
Well,
just your
unless you count JRPGs, because that's been there too.
Yeah, but that's like a requirement to have them take place in high school to appeal to a younger demographic. But
yeah.
I'm talking about those games where you just like go around and like troll the school by pulling pranks and crud. You don't see too many of those.
Literally high school trolling the video game.
Yeah, that's why the bully was so great.
Yeah, that was a pretty unique idea, man. Like Rockstar Games, they would pump out a lot of varied IPs. That's why I still love the Warriors game so much. It was basically just like a gang. You control a gang, you get into fights and all that shit, and it's based off of a cult classic movie that was pretty fun to watch. They even expanded on the characters and lore a little more.
Is that a Bill? I think I hear a Bill off in the distance. But
that is Bill. And to answer your question, I don't have any of the Die Hack games. I don't care.
I do. I have all of them except for the ones that are Japan only.
See, you do have shit taste. I mean,
I do.
Yeah.
Darkscream, Die Hack games were actually fun. I mean, I know you hate fun, but you know.
I don't believe you because I played part 1 and I didn't care much for it.
Well, I mean, like I said, Darkscream, it's a shit taste thing.
No, you have shit taste.
You can tell yourself that, Darkscream. I mean, you know, The Last of Us was a fucking masterpiece. I can't wait to play God of War. Games like, you know, Omega Labyrinth C. I knew about games like these before any, as far as I understand, anyone in this matter. I firmly believe that when it comes to my sense of taste and design and story, I mean, I was also the one who played Xenogears as well.
Blah blah blah. You are actually looking forward.
Well, you see,
to play
Darkscream.
Dad of War.
If I do say so myself, I think anyone that says blah blah and anything just automatically lose the fight. That means they have nothing else to come up with.
Nah, I'm just making blah 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 because you talk too much.
He didn't say.
I talk just enough.
He said God of War, by the way.
Actually, yeah. This actually brings into a thing that I wanted to mention. There was a video recently shared by the creative director showing his reactions to God of War, and I know it's amazing to actually watch, and it's quite emotional of his reaction to seeing this 5-year game he's worked on so hard finally come to fruition in reviews. And it's worth watching for everyone. I recommend everyone go to that channel and post your thanks if you enjoy the game. I think it's something that he himself has deserved after 5 long years of working on that game.
And to be honest, Darkscream, you say what you're looking forward to Dad of War. Do you know anything about it?
Wait, that said I was looking forward to it?
No, you said Real was.
All I know is that it's basically God of War 4 with Norse mythology, and then you raise a kid, and Kratos has got a big old lumberjack beard.
So
I've seen some of the gameplay. It's definitely not the same as the classic ones, but I don't really care all that much. But my question is this: does this game really redeem Kratos? Because everyone I've talked to says Kratos is an irredeemable piece of shit. That
Kratos redeemed?
Well,
Kratos should never be redeemed. That's his whole point. Kratos is a horrible piece of shit who manages to do amazing things. It's perfectly fine to play the bad guy.
Well, I mean, to raise a fucking kid.
Yeah, pieces of shit can raise kids too.
Oh, what the hell was that noise?
Besides, on top of that, he incredibly is, I wouldn't say remorseful, but aware of the state of the world that is thanks to him, since he comes to that conclusion at the end of 3.
All the guy does is kill. Game Hunter says all the guy does is kill his kids. Yeah,
he's killed 3 kids now.
Damn.
Well, actually, no. So in the first one, he kills his family, and in what was it? Is it Chains of Olympus or the one of the mobile games? He actually runs into his daughter in this paradise-like area that is set up so that way, you know, people who are stranded there get to enjoy life and serenity before the end of the world. And Kratos is forced to have to instead kill everyone around his daughter for the sake of escaping from said paradise, and kill the god that was responsible for all that. And then God of War 3 happened, and something really bad happens with like the character that was essentially supposed to be like his what's the I would essentially say kind of like the filler for his daughter, kind of like his daughter-ish character. So it's he is terrible with family.
So you don't think this game's going to end well?
I never really do, because it's God of War, and Kratos is not particularly, while he's not a good person, he also has a shitty life on top of that. So like all the shit he goes through is like incredibly understandable. But once again, my Spartan culture kind of fucked me. Sparta. But I've always genuinely loved Kratos. So it's real. Tell me, is Dot Hack? No.
How high is the price on Dot Hack?
$200, probably $250 since I've last checked.
Retro scalpers can go fuck themselves and die.
No, I fucking hate the business for that. That entire thing pisses me off. and I hope to God that they actually re-release the original .hack series so those fuckers can go fucking bankrupt for all I care.
Dude,
Fuck 'em.
like years ago, I was looking up videos on like random classic JRPGs because I was finally getting into the genre. On a lot of people's like top 10 list came Suikoden 2, and I was looking more into it. I was like, oh, this could be a game I'm interested in. It wasn't available digitally at the time for my Vita, so I looked it up online. Like assholes are also selling that game for $200, and it's probably higher now because hashtag fuck Konami. And I was like, no, man, and then all of a sudden, almost without fanfare or anything, no news article or anything, I was at Windsor's house and I was checking the PlayStation store and the game was there for only $10 fucking. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
Released at some point.
No game. Man, it's really hard to justify games that are $60 good nowadays, much less one that's $200. That's just my opinion.
No, I think as far as I understand that entire business is incredulously scummy. Because like if so I managed to get part 2 and part 3 for $20, brand spanking new.
Nice.
$20, $20 to $25. But the first one and the fourth one are $200 each. There is no reason for those games to be that fucking expensive. Especially in comparison to other fucking games as well, that probably is worth more. If fucking Final Fantasy VII has way more demand than that fucking game, but you're selling it for that much, go fucking eat a dick.
One of these things, one of these days, I just want to take like a game that some asshole thinks is a rare collectible that I probably haven't pulled from a wrapper, and just right in front of them with a box cutter, I just slowly cut the wrapper. Then I just rip the case open, and then I just like read the instruction manual, but then I kind of like do that thing where I kind of fold the pages too wide just to give them all heart attacks, and hopefully they just fucking get an aneurysm and just. But for more reasons why retro scalpers are shit, just watch Silent Rob's little mega video that was like what 90 minutes long altogether. It's like 3 parts. Oh, he basically shits on retro scalpers.
Oh yeah, they should be shit on. They're pieces of shit.
Yeah, they are. So my week was pretty fun. I got lots of Yakuza 6 played. I was spending a whole lot of time in that new town Onomichi, which is a complete stark contrast to the loud nightlife, busy streets of Kamurocho. It's actually a very quiet suburban town, and it was a lot of fun. So far, in terms of mini games, I've managed a baseball team. Crazy. And I've even managed a gang. I actually managed, they have something called Clan Creator or Clan Wars, whatever you call it. It's basically you trying to create a gang, and you have to use that gang to attack the rival gang member known as Justice, spelled Justis. And it's an RTS like mini game. And the funniest thing is the main villains in that game are actually all real life members of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Huh.
Like they got Toru Yano, Nagumo, and even the Rainmaker himself. I'm assuming he's like one of the final bosses. And what was interesting about that game is that Japan had like these secret codes. I don't know how you were able to get them. I think you had to like go to a store or whatever. And if you type those codes in, you get like new additional clan members to show up. So when I heard about that, I was thinking, how are they going to handle this in Yakuza when it comes for the English localization? Guess what? Somebody on the online just posted all codes for all 15 characters you can unlock on one website. I put them all in. There you go. I got Majima. I got Joamon. Kiryu was like a character there for some reason. Daigo Dojima. Some additional members of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I've been kind of wiping the floor with them. But it's a pretty fun mini game because after you guys win, they all just basically like bow and applause. It's a fun little animation. And supposedly it's coming back in Yakuza Kiwami 2. But it's part of Majima's story where he is trying to rise to the construction empire.
Yeah.
So he has to take out rival construction companies and now he pretty much has to do it the same way. And he has like this victory fanfare chants every time he wins. I got to link you guys that video. It's hilarious. What else is in there? Oh, so social drinking is a mini game in that in Yakuza 6 now. I did not expect that. You just basically have there's like moments in the game where you drink and you kind of build a friendship meter with people in the bar, and you can even play darts and karaoke. And then at a certain point, you trigger a sub story, and you have to they have a conversation, and you have to pick the right choice whenever it's your time to talk in a timed event, and that will raise the meter enough to like finish up the sub story. So there was this guy who works at an oyster shack at the south part of the town. He was upset because something was stolen from him. And everyone's like, did somebody steal your cooking wares or something? He's like, no, some guy took my daughter away. And it's silly moments like that, Yakuza, that make that game so much fun. But where I am in the game, I'm actually going to go back to Kamurocho, which is great because so far Onomichi doesn't have an arcade there. So no Space Harrier, no Fantasy Zone, no Puyo Puyo, and no Virtual fucking Fighter. So I can't wait to go back there and just do some mini games and side stories here and there as well. And I've also did a little bit of the Monster Hunter World mission, where you have to deal with the Elder Dragon Cove Teroth.
Oh, yeah. And how did you like my cameo?
Your cameo?
Yes. The Jew Dragon has appeared.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I'm saying the joke with the dragon is that it's made out of gold, therefore it's the Jewish dragon.
Oh, right. Well, actually, that dragon is confirmed to be female. So, are you a woman?
Whammon.
I don't know. Maybe.
You don't know.
If you spend enough time on Tumblr, you'll probably start thinking you are.
Well, it was interesting. I still need to do it so I can complete and maybe get its armor set. I don't know. I've seen the armor set, and it doesn't. The male one looks great, but the female designs, which is what I'm using, kind of looks a little tacky for me. And the screen caps Capcom shared made the gold so bright I can't fucking see it clearly. It's like I'm getting blinded just looking at it. It's kind of like that scene from the Boondocks when they're trying to check their watch. They keep fucking blinding everyone else with that flashing beam of light. Also, in terms of anime, I've seen episode 4 of My Hero Academia. I haven't seen the one that came out this week, though. I've seen a screen cap, and one of the villains is wearing a Bane mask for some reason.
Best girl is wearing a Bane mask. Thank you.
Yeah. And I also saw this one other anime called Magical Girl Sight, but I'm not going to chime in on that one. I'm going to wait until Windsor takes the floor when he's ready to talk about the anime, because I've been rambling on and on and on. But yeah, that was my week.
I actually saw a couple snippets of the manga that we probably won't see in the anime, since it's only going to be 12 episodes, to where we see what comeuppance the brother actually gets.
The one thing, of course, just to address the chat, why is Part 4 so expensive? Part 4 is expensive because it's the final part of the Dot Hack game series. And because of that, if you want to get into it, you have to actually find that. And it's really fucking annoying. Especially since if you look at the GU stuff, I'm fairly sure that their prices have severely lowered since they've done the HD remaster of those games, which I'd recommend checking them out if you get the chance. But that's the main reason why. Okami is a $30 game because Okami has numerous re-releases. Dot Hack Part 4 has never had a re-release. Same thing with the rest of the series.
You think those abnormal pricings are the reason why retro video game stores are like going out of business?
No, it's simple economics. Like, for instance, Final Fantasy VII, you would think would be the most expensive product on the entire bit, but because there's so many copies and so much demand for it, that it's essentially causing inflation. And so because of that, they'd have to start lowering the prices of all the other games, otherwise no one will buy them, especially considering that there are like about two methods of obtaining a game at this point, which is the one for PS4, although it's the PC version, and the one for PS Vita and PlayStation 3. So because of that, they have to keep that price lowered in order to even compete with the actual prices of the digital copies. Since regular people are perfectly fine with buying the digital copies, especially if they just want to play Final Fantasy VII.
I actually have a a Magic the Gathering example for this. In Magic the Gathering, they have a list of cards that are never allowed to be reprinted ever again, so that they can hold value, like by the company themselves. So a bunch of rich people go around buying all the copies of them, and then to increase the value, they take like a third of them and set them on fire to make the other ones go up in price.
That's
No
fucked.
joke. That's literally what someone did.
That is fucked.
Yeah. So honestly, like, I mean, yeah, it all goes back to fuck the scalpers, but honestly, it's my issue is just with the company itself of just re-release it. However, there's potential chance that they might re-release the games or potentially remake them, but it's super slim. And you mentioned, and this actually goes into another game series that also has multiple parts, such as like the Xenosaga stuff. I don't know honestly what will happen with the Xenosaga series. Even though they just got the trademark back for it, or they renewed the trademark, and I get that. Sometimes companies do it for the sake of just doing it without even doing anything. So we'll have to see. If they do HD re-release, I would be perfectly fine with that. But then it would just make me annoyed because then I'd want a remake of Xenogears and the other other 6 episodes of the Xenogears saga that we should have gotten, but didn't because Squaresoft is a bag of dicks when it came to this bit. Someone sold Willie Shatner's kidney stone for $5,000. Yes, that actually happened. Play any of the Nipponichi America's PS2 RPGs? No, I wasn't particularly the most inclined when it came to the PS2 era.
Just the first 2 Disgaea games and La Pucelle Tactics. That was it.
Also, speaking of Disgaea, Disgaea 1 is being remade with the current system of Disgaea 5, which I'm super excited for because Disgaea 5 system is you have no anxiety whatsoever replacing your characters. Your strategies are super flexible in any way, shape, and or form, and nothing is solidified until you finally place all the motives onto the actual board. So I am excited.
All right. So, Windsor, what kind of shitty games did you play this week? What did you do on your little mobile shit?
I had to play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross because it was a ranked event, and I had to do well in it. So I played it for really long, fighting the same boss over and over again, which was a giant cake that was also a cage with hands coming out of a spoon, fork, and knife stabbing you, but its damage output is so weak you can survive most of the hits. So it's literally just a time killer sponge boss. I was more interested in the new designs they revealed on a Twitch stream Friday, where they took the Final Fantasy summons, 3 of them, and turned them into Heartless. One being Titan, which is the silliest looking one in my opinion. Ramu, which looks pretty cool. They gave him like his outfit, but he has like light bulbs sticking out of him. And Shiva, which they made out of ice cream.
Shiva is best grill.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. I also got to enjoy all the drama, because there's always drama when there's like limited items available for how well you do.
Yeah.
Mass bannings and the like. Always fun.
And any anime you've seen?
Any anime. I mean, I'm still watching Hero Academy. We did watch Magical Girl Site. Did you watch episode 3?
I didn't, because I don't know if I want to continue watching, because it's fucking terrible. It's
the character that gets introduced in that episode. Her magical item is the you know what from the opening.
Okay.
But I did just see a snippet of the manga. And one of the things that they showed was what happens to the brother. That is kind of his payback. He doesn't die or anything, but he gets He meets his own personal I like shit and I want shit.
Oh wow.
Well, it's going to be hard to choose whether or not if I want to do it the easy way or the hard way.
But the choice is yours. But
Choice is
seriously,
yours.
we should back it up a bit because we need to fucking complain about the show and why it's shit.
Which show?
Hold on,
Magical
Otis.
Girl Side.
Otis, we did not see a Grassroots go yet. I wanted to.
I mean, I have.
But we watched the original, but I haven't watched the Netflix one yet. Oh, you're liking Side Bill? Did you watch episode 3?
Does anyone even watch Magical Girl Ore? Am I going to be the only one who watch? Yeah, you know what? I'm probably going to be the only one who watches
I'm
it.
going to watch it. I was trying to get Darkscream to join me with it, but if he doesn't, I'm just going to watch it myself.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
should probably fucking do that.
Darkstream, getting you to watch anime is like pulling teeth.
Pretty much. Windsor has the most fresh experience on that.
I don't think that's anything to be proud of.
Bill says Ore is amazing, so
yeah,
and his word is lost, so you have to watch it with us.
Yeah,
I'm a rebel.
There is a plot twist to Magical Girl Site in episode 3. A certain character that you know gets magical powers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's one of the characters you don't want to get magical powers gets it.
Okay. Oh no. I know what he's saying. But let's back it up. The show is pretty much borderline plagiarizing Madoka in a lot of ways.
I wouldn't really say it's plagiarizing Madoka because Madoka's better.
Well,
like Madoka has the whole artistic style thing going for it.
Well, you could still be a poor man fucking whatever. I mean,
and for one, the characters in Madoka don't start off suffering. The suffering is gradual. You watch them go from happy-go-lucky to please kill me now.
Oh god, we have made a mistake.
Actually, to be fair, Homura, we didn't know this about her, but she was already starting off suffering.
Which one was Homura?
Yeah, well, once you get into her fucking flashback episode, you realize, oh, she was always suffering.
Yeah,
but you don't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that now, but whatever.
It has a sense of nuance and holds it for a while.
Here's the kicker. The main character's fucking backstory is just comical on how exaggerated her bullying gets, dude.
Yeah, like she has no reason to be bullied. She's bullied just because you're an easy target, so everyone goes after you.
Yeah, it's so easy to target. You can just buy like 500 set of industrial attacks and just fill them both up with shoes. Like the fucking I've seen this prank happen a couple of times, but they literally just fill her shoes to the brim with tacks. And that perfectly summarizes just how exaggerated her bullying gets in that series. And then she gets abused by her brother because, my daddy has high expectations of me.
Hey, I actually do have to say that shit is real.
Yeah, that is. I get that, but again, it just adds to this it just adds to it to the point where it's just too comically exaggerated. And then, by the way, I have to say, Windsor, you are like a snake oil salesman when it comes to selling anime. Do you know that?
Oh, I am. Like I said,
you sold it in a way where I thought she was actually going to get revenge on the bullies because you said it like that.
She technically did.
The bully hunters.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking of, like a more violent version of the bully hunters.
To be honest, I told you I knew nothing going in. That's why we watched it together.
That is true, but you still snake oil sold it on me, you son of a bitch.
But hey, I told you going in, this is probably going to be a bad anime.
Yeah, I know, but
I both knew that. I was just curious to see how bad.
Yeah, but I wanted something really bad, like Elfen Lied.
Well, they don't do that as much anymore.
I don't know, dude. Elfen Lied got like super tuned down in the anime in comparison to the manga.
That is true, but dude,
however, the prejudice towards them actually was not originally put in, but it was an artistic placement that I actually thought was really well done.
But like Elfen Lied did literally open with the first shot of a severed arm.
Yeah.
Like they actually cut out a lot of fucking establishment.
I
In
mean,
the
if you
manga
just want to
get
watch that
point.
level of gore for the sake of gore, then why don't you just watch Blood Sea?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention Devilman because I
No.
didn't. That.
No,
Devilman-
Blood Sea is worse. Devilman is comical.
Yeah,
I've seen the clips of Blood Sea.
Blood Sea is like we don't really have anything else to go on, so we're just gonna go on the violence because that's what people watch it for.
hey, Bill,
Don't
says
worry,
you
I'll
can
protect
watch
you, everyone.
Ekin.
Oh, dude, I could watch Aiken. That's a lot of violence right there to the human anatomy.
It's so true.
The biggest killer in that show, Gravity.
Gravity, indeed. And isn't there like a fucking sports festival that happens shortly after, and like basically all the dudes just start like fucking starts like getting way too into all the girls that they have to dance with or something like that? Or was that just from a hentai? I don't remember because I didn't see Aiken.
I can't answer that question.
Nah.
Because you don't want to recall that past.
Probably.
I probably
That show
Aiken
was
is on my
terrible.
list of shows to watch for the sake of ironically watching them.
I would, but I have a feeling that show would just get too gross for me.
Hey man, pros and cons, my dude. Pros and cons.
Of
Pretty much all the fucking titties.
yeah.
Tiggle bitties. Oh no, I ran out of points.
That
Oh,
being
no,
said, I don't know what else to watch for anime. I'm so close to finishing up Pop Teen Epic, and
You
I'm
haven't
gonna
finished
have
it
to
yet?
get used to the idea. No, not yet. Then I have to like get around to what every. I don't have a whole backlog of Hero Aka anymore. I could just watch one episode a week now, and that's not something I enjoy actually. But whatever.
Got that. I got the nail. I got that. Got the nail.
Ja-ja.
So, real, what's been happening with you?
What has been happening with me indeed? I will be back home, and I will be staying home. I'm officially a art school dropout.
What?
Yep. So, but I'll be going to a different school afterwards. But yeah, for the meantime, yeah. I have achieved.
Wow.
I have achieved Mordecai.
That was
Oh dear. Don't say that. It brings you down a path you can never recover from.
Oh man, he recovered. It just took him like 10 years.
Don't become Mordecai.
That was kind of a
you
fucking
really don't want to be
bombshell for
Mordecai.
you. That was a bombshell for you to drop
Yeah,
publicly.
I don't care. And honestly,
in front of 10 people.
yeah, 10 people on the internet, and then if I fuck up in life, Medicare has like shit to use against me. So that will be great.
Well, you know what you could say? You can always go the route of just making a Patreon and drawing porn.
Well, that's the thing because I'm still not good enough to draw porn.
I
can make
you gotta get good enough.
No, I know, I know, because I know where I can find all like the live model drawing sessions.
Yeah, so just we're talking about regular show Mordecai.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Otis is like, oh man, I hope it's not really that bad for real. Then oh no, it is that bad for real.
Damn.
Make
Well, hey,
make
look
him
at the
sing an
bright side.
optimistic song about going back to school.
Look on the bright side.
No.
You're gonna have more free time.
Somewhat, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be working like 32 hours at the local Best Buy on 17, so that's gonna be great.
Oh,
Best Buy.
the local Best Buy.
Yeah, yes, the local Best Buy, of course. Yeah, I'll be selling computers instead of smart home products, so that's actually going to be nice. Since they kind of threw my ass into that. Although it's actually funny because I can pretty much sell anything in the entire store minus cameras and appliances. Surreal has to transition into a Blue Jay. I'd rather not. You think I am, Tumblr? Ha ha ha.
You need some candy coated in acid.
Well, the upside is Real isn't that deep into nostalgia.
I see what you did there.
So how about that Apu controversy? I don't care. I haven't watched The Simpsons, and
I call it a non-controversy.
yeah,
Yeah, just like the Starbucks thing.
Yeah.
What happened at the Starbucks thing? I've only
well let me tell. Hold on a second. I get my black voice in. Nigga, let me tell you about what happened over at the Starbucks. This is 1960s, brother. Nice to meet you. So over at the local Starbucks, me and a couple of brothers were hanging around town. You see, we're trying to catch the sights, but couple of them were thirsty for a good cup of coffee. So we headed on over to the coffee shop, Starbucks, of course. And over there, they decided to sit down. Now, I went ahead and got my cup of coffee, but the other two brothers over there decided not to order. Now, I told them, hey, you got to get a cup of coffee. Otherwise, you're going to get a whole bunch of trouble and all that shit, right? So when Bill, you shut the fuck up. So anyway, what happened was all they did was sit down and do absolutely fucking nothing. Just a couple of fucking. Now, I ain't gonna say it here on chat, but you know what I'm about to say. And and so what happened was that they were immediately told after a couple of hours to get the fuck out of the store. Because the store, within every right, as with most stores, and same thing with the Best Buy that I work at, has policies that say that if people stand around and not buy shit for about a couple of hours, for safety precautions, we tell them to get the fuck out. Unless they want to buy something, then that's perfectly fine. Am I right? Now, these ignorant brothers decided not to do that kind of thing. So the store and the store manager, doing exactly what her job was to call the police and tell them, or at least let them know, that there are people that are not abiding by their specific laws. And so the police came and arrested the two men. However, the current president of Starbucks is a bit of a leftist, so he doesn't know how to handle black people, to be quite honest. So he instead dropped the charges, because most leftists don't know how to talk to black people, especially the black people themselves. Decided to instead suck their cock in a almost South Park way, I suppose would be a good explanation or comparison to that thing. And such, they ended up walking scot-free. However, as a result, Starbucks is now officially racist, despite the fact that they were well within their rights and well within their laws to tell a person to leave, especially because the men themselves were dressed incredibly fucking fishy. They were dressed in the sweatpants and the regular clothes. And I know people may think it's a little bit of a discriminatory kind of thing, but you need to understand. If you live in specific neighborhoods and you're seeing people with them kind of clothes walking around, there's a potential chance that some nigga is going to go ahead and rob you. Oh, there I go saying it. And this is the problem. So essentially, not White Gibbs here. White Gibbs. Fucking, yeah, NCIS Gibbs. Lol. No, White Real anyway. Essentially, by the actual bit of what they are doing, the Starbucks guy is kissing their ass. And because of that, it's not enough, because when it comes to leftists, they don't give a shit. They're too busy trying to show off how much of a good person they are, which is absolutely sickening. And so Starbucks is officially racist for trying not to be racist against two black guys. And then essentially people are saying, adding more to the story, that black people themselves are just an inferior group of people that are incapable of doing any wrong. Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
That is kind of dumb, and boy, that's
also a little bit racist.
It is racist either way, and it doesn't do you any favors to do shit like that, man.
I personally blame the soy content in every Starbucks. It's like
Starbucks.
There is a lot of soy.
Like fucking weird. Like you will be deafened out by the eye rolling from these hipster douches in this store.
But people have no sense of agency. You know, freelance. That's funny. That was the exact word I was going to use.
Oh, Lance is here.
Here's the thing, Lance. I saw the video, and it was not even the people that weren't buying anything that were causing the biggest problem. It was all the white soy boys around them trying to look big in front of everyone.
I'm a big, strong man. I defend the little black people.
And
the little black people, indeed.
The cops. There was them. There was that one woman that was like, "You can't be doing this. It isn't right."
Man.
Also, the store manager got fired.
Oh.
Yeah. She got fired for doing her job.
God damn it, dude. By the way.
She should move to CC's Coffee.
Or PJ's. PJ's is a way better place.
Yeah, no, let's take her ass to Pete's. She'll even have a worse fucking problem with that shit.
Okay, but wait, where was the Starbucks located? Which
I don't know, but as far as I understand, I wouldn't be surprised if it was in a West Coast kind of area.
yeah, it
Let's
sounds.
find
It
out.
sounds
Considering that, like, and you need to understand because this was the kind of fucking ideas and mentalities that these people grew up in. Is they usually will be in areas that don't have black people. They're not exposed to black people. They're exposed to Latinos and all
not
that
like
shit, so they can
us.
practice
The
it. Yeah, right.
Louisiana niggas right here.
Yeah, that actually knows stupid shit happens with everyone. It's called agency. That's exactly the case. And so because of that, they spend most of their time trying to suck everyone's dick about how much of a good person they are. I have friends that do this very fucking thing, and it scares the shit out of me because they don't even know how racist this is. And so if people are not free to choose to do the fucking things, regardless of what they are, as far as I understand, I find that just as racist. It's kind of like watching the new Star Wars movie. Finn had no fucking agency whatsoever in that movie, and every time he tried to have agency, the fucking Asian chick just ruined everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah, no, agency is a very important American value that we have. And the fact of the matter that these idiots keep trying to take that away is just, it's ridiculous.
All
I've
right.
ended no employee has bothered me. Yeah, no. Oh, by the way, there's a fucking cool ass guy called was it Mustafa Jesus, I think? He fucking went to a Starbucks and mentioned the whole thing with the mentioned that incident to a Starbucks employee and told them that he should get a free coffee. You got a fucking free coffee.
Nice.
He is also a troll that exists for the sake of exposing fucking the essentially positive racism.
Philadelphia, apparently.
Oh God. Yeah, Philadelphia. Oh God, no.
Born and raised, spent on the playground most of my days.
Trying
Looks
to
just
go
like
and sit in
Philadelphia,
a
but
coffee
even more
store and
shitty.
bum their Wi-Fi, but then got arrested.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if
And
I'm
you
going
had
to
to
mooch
fucking-
Wi-Fi,
And like, yeah, go ahead.
if I'm going to mooch Wi-Fi from a place, I'll just do it from outside.
Yeah.
That is the correct way to do it.
Or like, for fuck's sake, you just buy a fucking water or something. You didn't have to buy a coffee. You could buy fucking milk for like $2. $2. You're telling me they couldn't afford fucking $2 for a fucking cup of milk so they can just stay a couple more hours? What the hell is this dumbass shit? This is so stupid.
I'm pretty sure they did it just to see if they could get away with it.
I wouldn't be surprised, Windsor. I really fucking wouldn't.
Because now, no Starbucks will be wanting to do anything in case this happens again.
And something worse is gonna fucking happen because of it. Something that they probably could have prevented.
Yeah, just buy a $1 bagel so they can leave you the hell alone. Yeah, there's like over 1,000 fucking ways you could not have been talked to and save and only use like $3 fucking dollars. You're telling me those motherfuckers couldn't even fucking buy $1 bagel? That's the dumbest shit I have ever fucking heard.
Yeah. Anyway, let's
No, but you know, black people, they're poor. They can't afford anything.
Am I being detained?
Am I being detained?
let's move on to a more optimistic news story. So,
oh yeah, so Mini-Me is dead. Is that where we're going? The optimistic part?
No.
I remember his iconic roles as Mini-Me, and
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Just Mini-Me. He probably was in other things. Like, I know he was in The Surreal Life, and that's like a reality show for wash-ups. It was actually. So, yeah. And I did like Mini-Me and Austin Powers, despite who shacked me, especially that fight scene he had with Austin. That was hilarious. How he's just like beating the crap out of him and then throwing him all over the place. I really have nothing else to add about Vern Troyer's death, but it sucks.
It's okay. You know what else sucks?
What?
A vacuum cleaner. You know what blows? A leaf blower.
Oh, that's what it's called.
I
was blanking out on it too. Huh? Chinese AI breeds 6 billion cockroaches for juice.
For Jews.
For juice. Okay, that was a weird news story. I was actually going to talk about the Shenmue HD re-releases that were announced for.
Why are you excited for them? I thought you didn't give a shit about Shenmue.
Hardly. I just want these games to come out so people can realize, hey, this game ain't. Unless they do some serious quality of life improvements over them and do some tweaking here and there, I just want these games to come out so people can be all like, oh, no, they're not as good as I remember them to be. Because some games do age that way. Have you ever played? Because I did play Shenmue 2 a little while ago. My friend has it on the Dreamcast. And you're probably wondering, but you're leaving America. How the fuck did that happen? Yeah, my friend imported a Dreamcast copy, and he also has a Game Shark ass cheat device that allows him to override that region lock shit. So we could play the game that way. And I've played it a couple weeks ago, leaving off of a save file I played at the beginning, and it just didn't feel that good. You moved around by holding the right trigger. You didn't do that much fighting. Even though the combat itself was good, it honestly did feel like Virtual Fighter in a beat 'em up way. And I bet Virtual Quest didn't feel like that.
We're not talking about Virtual Quest here.
I say as I tried to trigger real with Virtual Quest.
You're not going to trigger me with Virtual Quest, all right? I do that myself. I've done that so many times to myself that I don't even fucking feel as much, I should say.
So it's the Sonic Adventure of its era. It came out in the same time the Sonic Adventure did, VMod. What the fuck are you smoking? But it had a day and night cycle that was very forceful because once it gets nighttime, your character automatically goes to bed no matter what the hell you're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then you have to pay a hotel fee, which I didn't do the next 2 nights because I don't want to work part-time at some fucking Plinkett board. Yeah, you do part-time jobs in this game, and so far all I saw was just take over working this Plinkett board or Plinketto board, whatever the fuck those things. The Plunkett board, you know what I'm talking about. You put the ball down these little bars on them, and then it randomly drops into a different slot.
Yeah,
Pachinko. Yeah. No, not Pachinko. Pachinko's like balls and holes or some shit. Like,
balls and holes, indeed.
The Price is Right had that game.
Maybe.
Yeah. But Sonic Adventure also came out in 1999, so it's still the 90s. So it came out before Shenmue. Oh, God, what else? No, that's pretty much it. The games haven't aged that well, and that's all I gotta say. I'd rather just go back to Yakuza. Shenmue 3 better be fucking way improved. I mean,
or actually released.
That too. But Yu Suzuki, as much as I love him for bringing me Virtual Fighter, he's sitting on his ass, and he has the audacity to go, maybe we should make another sequel after Shenmue 3.
Yeah, how much is that going to cost? Yeah, about like $2 billion.
Man,
go fuck yourself.
We don't even know if Shenmue 3 is going to be good
or released.
That too. But that would suck if Shenmue 3 didn't get released, because he just literally he's a bigger comment than Inafune. He is Sega's personal Keiji Inafune at this point. So yeah, I might pick those games up, and hopefully they do some small tweaks and improvements here and there. But I don't think those games are, because I played the first Jet Set Radio, and I didn't really think highly of that game at all. Not as much as I thought of Jet Set Radio Future, which is what I wish was re-released. So again,
well, Jet Set Radio Future got rid of a specific mechanic that it should have not had in the first place.
I forgot, what was it?
The scrolling mechanic, where when you spray stuff on a wall, you have to put in these specific inputs with the thumbstick.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
But the thumbstick was so new that I'm sure they were like, "Oh, this is a cool idea. We can start using this more."
Not comfortable on a Sega Dreamcast controller, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No. And like I said, I'd rather have Jet Set Radio Future. But that's probably never going to happen for a while. Could be wrong. What other news? So you guys got anything you guys want to talk about?
Oh, there's lots that we can talk about by all means. One of the biggest ones being that God of War does have massive amounts of 9s, so I for sure am definitely going to play that. Omega Labyrinth still has understand the concept of love. We actually play that at the sandwich shop that I work on. I actually had a great story, not really, where over the place that I work at, the way that we work at the deli is like we make sandwiches in less than 30 seconds, like whole sandwiches. But we had a huge backup of people because we had to make bread. So I told one of my friends to play a certain song because I was prepping the bread, and that takes the longest time. But everyone else does it significantly slower. So I get ready for a bit, get in the mood, and then all of a sudden I just hear gas, 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 I'm gonna step on the gas. And immediately my fucking bread making increased by like tenfold. I made shit so fucking fast that barely anyone could keep up.
So back to the God of War reviews. That's nice, and it probably does deserve all that praise. But
I liked my story. Damn.
I'm sorry.
I was proud of that. And you just fucking came in.
Have you achieved crunk making bread skills yet?
Crunk making bread skills is still on the work, but we will achieve that at some point. Believe me. Anyone else see Rampage? I will be seeing Rampage.
No, I haven't seen it, and I am not going to see Ready Player One.
I'll say Ready Player One.
That confirms. I've seen somebody do a rant about it for an hour, and that totally confirms my suspicions about the movie. I'm like, I'm going to pass. This doesn't seem that fun to me.
That it's a reference fest?
Well, it's not only that, but I heard that it's actually a very standard myth story.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know. It sounds okay, but I don't want okay. I want stupidly retarded bad or fucking amazing at this point.
No, you're asking too much, my dude.
I am.
Settle for good or not so good.
If you want horribly bad, let's talk about the game that got released.
Well, actually, I want to go back to God of War and just talk about how I can't wait. And I'm saying this sarcastically, by the way. I'm not really good conveying that. I can't wait for the fucking hype backlash against that film, against that game.
Which game?
God of War. God of War, Dead of War.
No. There's like barely any backlash at all.
Well, not now because the game just came out. But it's going to happen in like the coming months.
Probably not to the degree you think. I will definitely say that.
You are not familiar with the community I'm a part of.
I am quite familiar with the community that you are unfortunately a part of. But as far as I understand, a loud minority is probably not really worth listening to.
Remember when Multifire linked that Razor Fist video a couple days ago about the top most disgusting things in gaming in 2017 or whatever?
No.
Oh, well, Windsor, do you remember that? He posted in the main chat.
I probably do, but it's not. You'll have to remind me.
He just linked it and said, "Oh, it was a good video," and I actually went, "You know what? I'll give it a chance because I'm a fucking idiot." And I dropped it like before I got to the first minute mark because all he was doing was just taking big fucking shits at Horizon Zero Dawn, and I actually thought that game was pretty good. Yeah, I'm sorry for having that opinion. I mean, a game that that's really nice and has you fighting robot dinosaurs. Oh, and the game came out with no season passes to it, and it had an expansion that came out only a mere months later. Yeah, fuck that game. Yeah, fuck that game. Fuck it in the ass.
I think the only effective thing to do is just to not give him your attention.
Yeah, you're right, but that blows my mind how how some of my friends think this guy's good.
Steer the conversation in a different direction here because a game came out. Well, a series of games, multiple games you can say, for the Nintendo Switch came out this week.
Okay.
Labo came out.
What the hell is that? All I see is complicated as cardboard.
Well, for one, Don't you know anything of cardboard art?
A little bit of it.
All you do is cut out pieces of cardboard in shapes and then piece them together. It, imagine like babies first trying to make a Gundam.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's like I could probably just spend my time
Now,
making a Gundam. Which, by
apparently,
the way,
apparently they're selling well in China. I guess they want to support their China level products, but
Oh, I
okay.
see what you did there.
also I hear you fighting your
Funny.
Gigante in the background.
Was. But I'm just kind of getting that out of the way because I'm just getting stuff. That's actually in my last fight because I'm done with that. Because I died twice because bullshit.
Is there a specific level you need to be to fight Gold Dragon?
I don't know.
You have to be a hunter rank 16.
So you actually have to beat the game. Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Considering final boss, because that is what that dragon's supposed to be, the actual final boss of the game.
Feels like it.
But I guess it wasn't ready for release. That's why they had that.
Okay, so the Labo came out, which I totally missed out on. Surprisingly, not a whole lot of people talked about it. So, what is it getting poorly received as it should be, or what?
Surprisingly,
I just surprised. Was surprised it was doing well in China.
Oh, okay, that's
yeah. I don't think anyone really gave a shit about the Mabo.
Yeah, besides people making memes.
Yeah, that's about it.
It was a $60 piece of cardboard.
Yeah, who gives a shit about that?
I found out
Exactly. Like, why is Nintendo? God, man, Nintendo trying to fucking hustle people out because people still have bias for their franchises to the point where they think Zelda can do no wrong, except they can. It's called a fucking weapon deterioration system. Seriously, that's like the biggest turnoff for me. As a guy who who loves his combat in his open world games, that totally sounds like something that would steer me away from Breath of the Wild.
Kids who want to express creativity don't need fucking boxes to do that. You buy them markers.
Markers.
That's like about like fucking 10 to $20 right there.
You just buy them Legos and there you go.
Yeah, shit. Legos would be cheaper too.
Remember Legos were a thing.
Oh yeah, they're still. Are they still selling those Lego Dimensions crap?
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know. The idea was easy. I linked a GIF in the Discord and related to what we're talking about.
Damn, that's some sick animations right there.
Yeah. Now, I don't know where we'll go from here now that we got cardboard. As I said, I found it while walking through Walmart, and they were like, the Labo just came out, and I'm like, that's cool. And I was walking by, and you know how they have those like gimmick VR headsets they sell at Walmart?
Yeah.
There's this time when, guys, look, it's a VR headset for cats. You put the VR headset on your cat, and the cat will think it's outside.
Oh.
And walk around and probably hit its head on walls and crud.
But
But I know what you're thinking, that this is probably expensive. And if your cat puts on it, it'll probably be destroyed. Well, good news for you. We now have Cat VR cardboard. Where it's the VR headset, but somehow also made out of cardboard. So now Nintendo's starting a trend. Apparently, you can just make your items out of cardboard now.
Excellent. Now my cat, who ran away from me about a couple of years back, will finally have a reason to come back.
You know, the PlayStation 4 controller, it feels nice. It's really good, very responsive.
It's like I'm holding two dildos.
But you know what I really want it to be? I want it to be a fucking rough, cheap-looking piece of cardboard to where once I pull on the right analog stick, it just falls off immediately. I press the buttons too deep and they don't respond after it. That's what I really fucking want. I want that, man. Let's just create a world of cardboard, and then we can all feel like Superman.
Oh man. The idea of it just makes my dick rock hard.
Nah, man, it makes it cardboard hard.
China quality.
So I have a story. I'm going to share a story here that was like posted 2 days ago, but it's hilarious to me because the title says Everspace dev claims they paid thousands for pro streamer who played like a fucking moron. That's the quotes.
Oh, I
Rockfish.
heard about that. Well,
I'm trying.
get on with it.
Okay, I'll read it since
Yeah,
it's not-
no, Windsor, you get to read it.
I'll mute myself.
Rockfish Games released their single-player focused 3D space shooter Everspace back in May of last year. Since then, the team has been constantly updating the game, as well as trying to get more exposure for the title in an increasingly crowd-spaced shooter market. Which, speaking at a reboot develop panel, Rockfish Games co-founder Michael Shade talked up via Shack News their attempts at getting a professional streamers to play this game via a third-party agency. They commonly reported paid up to 5,000 euros an hour. 5,000 euros an hour? Holy shit.
Yeah, $5,000 an hour for one particular stream that was embarrassing bad at playing the game.
Oh, so they gave that money to Darkside Phil. Got you.
Shane
noticed only 3 or 5 of the 20 or so YouTubers and quote-unquote influencers were quote-unquote shit at playing the game. Shocking.
The rest was okay or a disaster. Streamers are way more expensive, he noted. The most expensive stream, we paid 5,000 euros per hour, and we had to book him for 2 hours. Actually, his opening line was, I have to start playing Destiny 2 now because I'm on a sponsored stream to play a space game, and I don't like space games.
But Destiny is a space game.
Yeah, what the friggity fuck?
What is this autism? Please continue.
Well, not really.
We have to go deeper.
And he played like a complete moron.
A fucking moron.
Shade believes via VG 24/7 the absolute worst thing in this type of scenario is that someone with a large number of followers is just awful at playing your game, regardless of the quality of your game. I blame the agency. They need to figure it out, he said. Working with agencies and influencers is so new and takes so much time and effort into it. If you pick the right one, it's fine before you make a decision on pricing. I'd recommend you watch those videos and see if he or she is really good at playing a game. If they're not good at playing the game, we don't want to have coverage.
Wait. Did you say influencer?
Twice.
Influencer. Yes, we use that word.
What are we baked? Jesus.
You have to pick very carefully. The next time we work with an influencer, we're going to make sure they are really good at a 3D space game. Otherwise, we are not going to do this.
Well, it serves them right for trying to...
Windows PC, Mac, Linux, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
Well, it serves them right. That was a fucking waste.
Now let's read the comments section.
No. So, YouTube influencer. That's a fun word.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just be called a shit ranter.
Yeah. Let's see. Old Palpy. Oh, I have a better idea. This influencer concept and native advertising can go fuck themselves.
I'm a YouTube influencer. I have 30,000 subscribers. I don't like the toxic environment of my chat, even though I claim to be right-wing and want to say whatever the fuck we want to say.
Who the fuck are you quoting?
I was actually just doing my Bake the Lasso impression.
Oh.
I think that impression was half-baked.
It's true.
I should call myself Half-Baked Hawaii.
Now, I am going to do more research so I can figure out who the actual streamer was.
I would like to do also more research to know when I'll finally get that release date on
Omega 11Z.
Yeah.
I was trying to look for that too. Don't worry, you're not alone. I don't know where to start on that shit.
Time to go to the most toxic place ever to find some information. Reddit.
Throwing that shade, throwing that dark shade.
Apparently, the streamer's name is King Gothalion. That's a terrible.
Sounds like a faggot.
It was a terrible stream. I felt bad for everyone, to be honest. He didn't play very well, but not unlike anyone new to the game. The reason the stream was so bad is because the cat kept talking about how bad Destiny 2 was since the guy was a Destiny streamer. This is the height of the Destiny 2 backlash. He was visibly annoyed by chat, plus roguelikes can be very frustrating when you first play them because of the permadeath. It was obviously he didn't enjoy the game. I actually remember joking with chat that the devs were definitely watching horrified at how bad this was going. So the game has permadeath? That's funny.
Oh wow.
That's definitely not like Destiny at all.
And apparently the streamer went on Twitter to talk about how much the game was garbage after getting paid 10,000 euros to play it.
What a cunt fag.
Man, that's like $20 here in America. Jesus. But to be fair, like that's the developer, that's the dev's fault too. I don't know if I even support this practice because it's almost. I think it just feels like a funny, fancy PR way of saying, "Hey, can we bribe people into talking about how great our game is?" Or is it just me making that assumption? Probably just me.
Probably just you. At least for my case on this, my biggest thing with it has been I'm perfectly fine with people doing this kind of things, especially since those guys need to get paid. They got to get paid. And if it's to promote a game, that's perfectly fine. Game's shit, and then yeah, you're in a bind and shit like that, since that can affect your relationship with the company. But I would definitely say I'm fine with that. There's just there's so many different ways you can fuck it up very easily. All you have to do is not be a retard. It's as simple as that, lad.
Oh, okay. I actually do have some other good news.
Oh.
So there was a Kickstarter for a Gunsmith Cats Blu-ray release by Anime Ego. I think that's how you pronounce that company's name. And they've met all their stretch goals.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna get that fucking commentary by the voice actresses of Rally and Minnie May. So that's nice. And of course I put some money into it because they've handled the Blu-ray releases of Bubblegum Crisis, Writing Bean, and Otaku no Video. I've only supported two of them, obviously Bubblegum Crisis and Writing Bean. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's nice. You guys need to see the anime. It's really good. Or you should read the manga.
Gunsmith Cats?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
I'm probably going to watch both. I mean, I was aware of that series beforehand.
You should also watch Writing Bean. It's from the same guy. And has like one of the most badass characters I've ever seen in my life. Who is also a character in the Gunsmith Cats manga, so. Yeah, I heard there's going to be a new Gunsmith Cats series, and if that's the case, I am super skeptic.
Oh, so you're trash then?
Well, I don't want to get burned. I'm sorry, and it's easy to get burned, especially when they're trying to do reboots and re-releases of classics. Anime is no exception. Do I have to keep bringing up Berserk to your face? No.
I mean, I can bring up Hunter x Hunter. I can bring up Fist in the North Star. I can bring up.
Well, none of those.
What else can I make? I can also. I can go ahead and bring up other things as well.
Dragon Ball Super.
You could just
Dragon Ball Super came out before the manga. You retard.
Still.
No, not still at all.
Still
so fucking off.
Still,
this thing is an orange. Darkscream, it's an apple.
Still, it's a fucking anime that got a revival
shitty fucking anime based off of that. I mean, I could just say fucking JoJo for Christ's sake.
It's still based off of an anime that got revived like 15 years after the fact. That's
So
what
what? It's fucking same thing with JoJo. Jesus.
Well, JoJo's an exception to the rule.
It's an exception.
It is an exception.
Oh God, fucking Christ! I've heard this shit so many fucking times with this shit.
Well,
hey, look, something's really good is fucking really great. Oh no, that's the exception.
Well, it is. I mean,
no,
I got
just being cynic.
How about the show that replaced Dragon Ball Super? That's also a reboot of a classic anime.
Which one?
Their first episode, the one about the yokai.
Oh yeah, I've been watching that.
That makes fun of that makes fun of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that GGG show. I never seen that.
Yeah, I've been watching that. It's decent. It's fairly decent.
And then you have that series about the octuplets.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's another one.
That was
okay.
Good.
Fine, maybe it's 50-50, but still.
No, Darkscream. It's whoever's working on it, what studio does it, and that's it.
Fine, then I'm just gonna look that shit up right now and see if
you haven't even started watching Clear Card, and before you say neither have I, I'm still watching. I'm still reading the manga.
Shots fired.
And that's technically in a classic series coming back. And while you can also say Sailor Moon Crystal's a reboot, I hear it's gotten much better in the later seasons.
It did.
That's good.
From a friend of mine who is a huge Sailor Moon fan, and probably the biggest one I know. Yeah, it got better. So it's like, once again, it's who's in charge, what studio's doing it, who's writing it, what is the infrastructure, so on and so forth. I mean, it's the same case with like why these shows don't do well. It's not because it's a reboot, therefore it automatically sucks or something as goofy as that. It's who's working on it in the first place. David Production, when they worked on fucking JoJo, oh my god. When I knew who they were, I was like, oh, I'm fucking down with this shit. When it came to the Berserk remake that people like to fucking reference as a really goofy fucking example, well, yeah, the guy who fucking worked on it was the guy who made that one series that was supposed to be about tennis. Of course he didn't fucking do well. It's the same thing with like the guy who worked on fucking Junji Ito. That nigga only made like a music video. That's it. He had no experience whatsoever with working with horror.
You would think they'd be more careful in picking who they.
No, it's a business. All they care about is making the money off of the fucking shit because it's a huge aspect of their economy. They don't give a shit. That's where the frustration should really be.
Honest, don't say Western quality is any better. It can actually.
Oh no!
No, I never said that.
I know, but I would say that this is a universal problem. And it ultimately comes down to, is it a cash grab or is it a worthwhile revival?
I don't even know what fucking Junji Ito was supposed to be. I can definitely say that because it sure shit didn't feel like a cash grab to me.
Yeah, because that's the weirdest thing because I still don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm still probably going to watch the Tomy OVAs though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Look, I like Tomie.
Finish it in its entirely.
I like Tomie, and the painter was.
I thought it was pronounced Tomoe.
Tomie.
Tomoe, or is it something else?
I-E.
Oh, I-E. Okay.
We all say it different ways.
Yeah, but
is it Ryu or Ryu? I'm just fucking with you. Remember when people used to pronounce his name as Ryu?
Ryu, yeah, because English is. It's a language.
Because English is hard. Why is it so hard? We have classes about it. Anyways. I couldn't find anything on the Gunsmith Cats thing. At least not right now, but hey, at least the Blu-ray re-release is going to be something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's probably, they said that they're expecting it to be released March of next year, but I expect a couple of delays because they did this with 2 times already, but they eventually came, and I was very patient. So
they came.
Yeah, they came, and so did I.
I didn't even know that.
Well, now you do. Yes, you did.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did. You just heard about 5 seconds ago. Give me one good reason why I should continue watching the Fate series.
The Fate series? I'm not going to
Yeah.
give you a reason to continue watching the Fate series. I didn't even care if you watched the Fate series. Fate series is like so much time devoted.
If you want to jump into that rabbit hole, but it is worth it.
I do want to go into that rabbit hole.
It's like I think like the only thing for me with the Fate series is like testing my knowledge of who exactly is who, and then how the designs actually work with that. Because the character designs in Fate, like some of them are really fucking well done, and then some of them are kind of like it's really painfully obviously well made. And that's about it. Especially with like the gender swap stuff, those ones are interesting as well. Like Sir Francis Drake design, I actually really like. Not because of obvious chesticles, but that's besides the point. There's also like other characters. Like the best thing about the mobile game is the mobile game just creates so many different characters that they can make, that they can also work with, and that's what's also really nice. So that way you actually have like this huge amount of shit. And also, yes, they make traps. They've made at least 3 traps, I think, because you have Astolfo, you have that French swords question mark, and then that's it. Yeah, there's like 2 traps, I think. Calling one of them's the mystery box.
Schrodinger's trap. Anyways.
Schrodinger's jigger bigger.
Let's see. Anything else going on in news?
Well, the thing I would have to say is I've actually checked the charts for Dragon Ball FighterZ as to which characters are using, and surprisingly, Broly and Bardock are actually pretty mid-tier.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we need to talk. We don't need to, but yeah, I guess that leak list turned out to be accurate because Fuse Zamasu is going to be the next DLC character.
Yeah.
Why having base form Goku and Vegeta is cool? It's because they're based.
I see what you did there, you fucking...
You could do more with based Vegeta at least, because you could give him the Gallic gun. You could probably give him the ability to turn into the Ozaru. I could see that, but base Goku, that's a hard sell for me.
Kaioken, dude.
Well, okay, and that seems about it.
No, and he had times 20 Kamehamehas, like what he used against Vegeta. That's like that really cool move.
You're saying
there's also one of the charge thing. I'll fucking say what I want.
No, but you say it like Virginia.
Yeah, I'll say Virginia. It will be Virginia. Anyway. Until he does something that's actually worthy of my respect, Virginia. Because I don't fucking care. He's a bit of an overrated character in comparison to Piccolo.
Yeah, well, so far that DLC list looks royally disappointing. I'm glad I didn't spend the season pass money for it, because the only thing that interests me is
when are they going to add in Yajirobe?
Yeah, you gotta have Yajirobe.
I'll take Yajirobe.
That's great. How many moves does he have? How many moves does Yajirobe have?
Oh no,
he has sword. He has sword.
You don't say.
He can cut tails.
He can eat a sensu bean and constantly regen his life back.
He has a plane.
If he eats too many sensu beans, then he gets fat, like he did in the original.
That's saying Yajirobe is technically one of the best cards in the Super Card game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a blocker, and whenever he gets killed, he kills the thing that kills him.
But yeah, the only thing that interests me in that DLC list, if it's leaked and true, is like it's cooler. It's cooler in the super form, right? Not the meta one, is it?
What?
One of the rumors is cooler is going to be in the DLC list.
Maybe.
Boy, it better not be his stupid lame ass meta cooler form. I thought that form sucked. I actually prefer the fucking super cooler form he had. And yes, people are still playing the Dragon Ball. Well, actually, it's Dragon Ball Super card game. How is it different from Dragon Ball Z?
Oh no, Windsor, please don't Windsor, don't give in.
Is he gonna? Did he mute himself?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared because I feel like you mentioning supers like was already bad enough as it was.
Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. You think now's a good time to wrap it up?
I mean, I'm fine. Whatever works for you best.
Yeah, I've ran out of things to talk about. Besides, I'd rather keep these short. So that's all we got for today. I guess we'll try to do this again next week or whatever. And I'll catch you guys later. And I'll probably make another video or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything else to rant about. Are gaming journalists entitled?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll make a video about that.
I mean, they've been entitled for years.
Well,
hold on.
I mean, if you're still making things about white people, I mean, yeah, they're entitled. Fuck.
It's just that the double standard between that and the Mass Effect 3 controversy is what really ticks me off.
What do you mean?
They called us gamers entitled when we thought the ending sucked balls.
Oh, I remember that. Wasn't it years ago, though?
Yeah, well, apparently after that, oh no, this game sucks because you can't play as a female kid. Oh, this game sucks because there's not enough black people. Oh, this game sucks because where's a trans character? And that's what I've been hearing for the past 6 years.
My fucking favorite one is when one of the characters, they fucking dyed her hair pink or some shit like that with like a shortcut, and they bitched really fucking loudly because she wasn't a gay or trans character. I fucking laughed so goddamn hard. That was the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
Is how you identify them in public.
Oh, this game sucks because it's not
on their shirt so you know where they belong.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's great. Great message that you're sending to your group, guys. Nice job.
Well, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up for here. So I'll catch you guys later. Good night, everybody. This is Darkscream signing out.
Real's a faggot.
This is Windsor, and yes, Bill, people do play it's the Dragon Ball Super card game, Mad C. It's a new one. Been out for a year now.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.